Jury members, friends, everyone who have come here. It's really nice to have you all here. Going straight to CapitalWorld, we are digitizing the complete lending ecosystem. So when I mean the lending ecosystem, just to answer one of your questions which you just asked at the beginning, is how big is this lending ecosystem? So I just figured out that it's a 1.6 lakh billion opportunity for next 10 years, and I just tried to put the zeros after that. So that's a huge opportunity just in India. We are already selected in UAE to take this ahead in UAE also markets. So it's not just an India-centric platform, it's a platform that's a globally scalable platform. MSME segment is having a huge gap today, and digital technologies are going to change the way funding and lending is happening today in this world. So going to the next segment is which components are going to grow, and the report says two components. One is the retail and second is the SMEs. So this is where we focus, this is where we concentrate. This is the whole ecosystem. So there are individuals, there are MSMEs. We have created this a single form concept. So there are multiple banks. Say now there are 100+ banks and NBFCs coming in the system. There's a single form. This form has all the rule engines of the bank, and we have multiple checks that happen digitally. The whole system happens digitally. There is a demo that I'll give how the AI part works at the back end of the same thing. There's a machine learning credit engine. There is a SME scoring engine. There's a smart video conferencing. So a user just does not need to go out of his home. He just needs to sit at his home and get the funding done. So this is the whole ecosystem. I'll just go live and show you how it happens. So first of all, it's the chatbot that comes. So whether a person who is coming, so this is a specific lending chatbot that is there. So there's a home loan, there's eligibility. What is the eligibility for the home loan that's there? What is the tenure for home loans? What are the interest rates for a home loan? A person can type a message here, get the answers from here. So that's the first part of the ecosystem which we say the chatbot. Then we go to the one form. So this one form is something that a user fills up. I have already filled up a one form, so I'll show you a live demo. It's my own one form that I've filled up. So this is like Janan Shah is coming to this platform and applying for a personal loan or a home loan or something like that. Okay. So I can apply as many applications as I want to. This is my own repository, this is my own ecosystem. Today I want a personal loan, tomorrow I want a car loan, then I want a home loan, then I want a small business loan, then I want a corporate loan. So the whole ecosystem of corporate and retail funding gets integrated over here. I can keep on adding my applications in the same place. My one form gets created. We have integrated CIBIL interface in this. So if I want to go and check, real-time check my CIBIL score, I can go and check my CIBIL score real time from here. So I can see what is the eligibility score I am getting. I do not need to go to any third party place and check it. So it's getting my CIBIL score, hopefully it's good, so not an issue to show it over here. Once that is done, my profile goes directly to the bankers. So I can see which bankers on the other side, what are the profiles, and they are getting matched. So the system does not end it. It is the lead that is created. I can see my profile, and then the documentation, the whole process has to be also completed. It cannot be just a lead that is passed and there's no documentation at the end. So there's a whole documentation process that happens. So my one form has a final segment in it, which gives me the documentation process completion also in this. So I can complete my whole documentation, upload everything over here, which is checked at the back end with certain things that are there inbuilt in the system. So this is a normal retail loan. Moving to a corporate loan, so I'll just log out from my systems over here and log in a corporate segment. Okay, so I'm logging in a corporate profile over here. So you can say in a corporate profile, what is very important is the data that is filled, the data that can be auto-filled in the system. So for example, I create a new application over here. Okay, I add a new application over here. The application can be any application which is a private limited, public limited, a partnership or a sole proprietorship. I just added a new term loan over here. Okay, this new term loan, or it can be an existing term loan takeover process also over here. Once that is added, I can proceed from here. So once I proceed from here, my term loan application is created. Once my term loan application is created, I can autofill my data from the MCA repository. So if I say it does pharmaceuticals, okay, so it creates, and then it asks me whether you want to autofill all the data over here. So this eliminates the whole process where a MSME guy has to fill up the data, carry that data to the bank, give lot of things to the banks. It is autofilled system over here directly. So it takes few minutes to autofill the whole system. Once that is autofilled, I can move ahead with the application to the bank. I can see the matches. I go to an application which is already autofilled. Okay. So for example, I'll go to an application which is autofilled over here. MNP Logistics, this is a demo profile. I go to its one form. This one form is divided into specific segments that we have defined for MSMEs to go ahead fast. Once this one form is prepared, we create an SME scoring, complete SME scoring for a bank to see it. So today, a banker wants to see whether this SME is good or bad, okay? So once I submit this, I can see what is the rating. So my rating is, say, 8. Now I want to see a report, how a banker scores me. I can see that report online over here. A banker can see the report, a user can see this report. So this is a complete SME scoring report that is generated online. So this is what we called in this slide, this is the SME scoring over here. We go to the next segment. The next segment is, after this SME scoring, you can go to a fund provider. So we have two segments. Say bankers are there. 1 minute. Okay, I'll go very fast. I'll show you a smart video conferencing that happens between a banker and a user. Okay, so I'll go to this profile. This we have created because it's a Yes Bank thing over here. So it's a Yes Bank profile that we have created. Okay, we go directly to a VC model. Okay, so in a VC model, what happens? A fund provider and a fund seeker can talk to each other on the platform itself. So I'm just connecting to a fund seeker who will be there on the other side of the system. It's not only a connect. So I'm waiting for the other guy to come online.
It's actually here.
He's sitting behind you. So we'll have a video conferencing right here for next 10 seconds. And I'll show you analytics that are there. So I'm starting recording this video over here.
Hello, sir.
Yes, so how are you?
I'm doing good, sir. Thank you.
So what do you need?
I need a loan.
Okay, so I'll get back to you. Thank you. So I have to cut it short. Okay. Once this is done, the analytics comes at the end. So it's a video analytics tool. It's a complete video analytics tool, which gets generated, shows you his emotions, shows you his pulse, shows you his voice. Okay. So I'll just 5 seconds. It's loading, and the last thing while it's loading, I'll show you is we can create a complete profile of a user. So this whole profile gets created digitally. So these are the emotions you can see. The emotions of a person. This is the next thing that is coming up, the heartbeats. You can detect the heartbeats and the voice modulation. So this is a complete analytics that is there of a person for a conference that just happened in a video for 10 seconds.
Show the word cloud quickly in 1 second.
So word cloud is okay.
Last thing that's open.
So okay. So this is a word cloud. We get a complete synopsis of a person online digitally. How is he there on the social side? What is maximum written about him? So this is all the maximum things about him. So he's a dead guy, there is an insolvency, there is in steel business, all those things can come up. And he can just search. The whole text is scrawled about this guy over here. And you can search everything over there about this guy. So that's the whole lending ecosystem that's already created. Thank you very much. Yeah. So we are in talks with 1 or 2 banks for the whole ecosystem.
Scoring, unless it matches with the bank.
So the model can be both ways. This is a scoring model that we co-developed with a rating agency that's a global rating agency. And we are taking that completely live. So the way an external credit rating happens, we have digitized the whole process. So it normally happens in 30 days. It will happen in, say, 5 minutes over here.
To answer your question, the engine is configurable for any parameters that the bank wants to input. As of now, certain NBFCs do not even have that capability. So we've developed it with a rating agency, which I can disclose. But it's a globally acclaimed and accredited agency that we have developed this. So it's a Go-developed engine.
This will just augment the existing approved rating agency. This cannot replace it.
Yeah, because it's a licensed thing.
Yeah.
I cannot change a licensed thing. I can just put the whole system that's developed for a licensed thing in a digital thing. I cannot say it's a rating. I can say it's a scoring.
It's a scoring.
It's a scoring. Unless there's a mandatory requirement, the scoring.
Banks are already there. They themselves are doing it.
So the best thing for us is if the bank develops it, it's a just API integration that's good for us. For the banks which have yet not developed it, it can just be plugged in. It can be
a large part. I view this as much as a bank as
Sure.
today. A large part. So is your greatest challenge acquiring customers? in order to put them through this engine
so-
and then
so-
pass them to the bank?
so
or
one
is
is-
it the other way?
So one is acquiring customers. We are more a tech player, so we prefer to be on the banker side. So there's one engine that I just could not show you is that it's a machine learning algorithm. So the machine learning algorithm can actually learn from the historical data which we already tested it in our. We tested it on a 900,000 user database. So there was a 700,000 user database on which we tested it, trained it, and then we tested on the balance 200,000 database.
So Ravi,
So
right,
this
this
is
is
for-
the crux of what you're sorry.
Yeah, so this is what Jiran was referring to as the NPA predictor. So coming back to your question, yes, banks are a challenge. We find the private banks, NBFCs, obviously very amenable. PSBs, there are certain processes. The larger part of it is the security part. How secure is the solution? So we underwent the ISO 27001 and the various security checks. So there is a security audit, there's a system audit, and then if they use the platform great, there's no time lag, there's immediate. But if they want to integrate with their APIs, pushing into their CBS or loan systems, then there's a small.
So would I be right in saying a crux of what the offering is? A crux of what the offering is hang on, there's a much better way to underwrite any small business that's looking to get
Any
funding.
small business,
Jump your
retail.
current platform, let me plug this in, it will pull whatever it has to pull.
It will pull it your all users who are getting directly pulled in can be through this pipeline directly.
And so
And you
what-
envisage this being a sort of licensed or on a sort of per transaction?
It's more of a licensed module that is currently being looked into. But the modules, the specific modules are also being interested by banks. They are showing
This
interest.
is fully developed, all of these blocks that you have.
Yeah, in-house.
So what is live today is all of this. What is being tested is this. And what is this we are waiting for a
And
bank
are
to
you
do.
actively working on any pilot with any bank?
So this we are waiting. We are waiting.
No, with this bank is
So yeah, one bank has given us, did the security audit for us. That just got cleared before 5 days. Now we have to integrate their users in the system. So the system has been already built and it can be just plugged in. It's already there.
How long back your guys start?
So it's 2015 we started to come. This whole thing got just completed before a few months.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for the-